Hi, friends. So, welcome to day 28 of 365 days of Bible study. And today, I am talking to you guys. I have been silent throughout this series, just kind of reading and documenting my daily Bible study practice. But somebody suggested that I talk to you guys about what I've been learning, and I think that that's a great idea. So every once in a while we will do something like this where I tell you guys what we've been reading and do a little kind of update on the readings and the learnings. So we have made it through the book of Genesis. We are about 80% through the book of Matthew, and we have made it through the first 18 Psalms. So let's start with the book of Genesis. So Genesis is really the foundational story to humanity. I have read the book of Genesis now, I think 4 times, and I absolutely love this book. This book, coming into Christianity as a non-believer a few years ago, I did not know how much richness is in the book of Genesis. All of those big questions are answered in the book of Genesis. And I just think that this book is a necessary read for anybody, whether you're a believer or not. Obviously, you have the foundational story of Adam and Eve, how they fell from grace, how they were thrown out of heaven because of their sin, and why we are in need of a savior. That's really the center piece of the gospel. The gospel doesn't exist without the fall. So really understanding and learning about what that is, I think, is so important. And then the story of Noah, right? Then the stories of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph. Those are all stories that are outlined in the book of Genesis. And if you're not familiar with those, I highly recommend reading this book. Now, on to Matthew. One of my personal favorite parts of the book of Matthew is the Beatitudes and all of the parables. I feel like these are a little bit more highlighted in the book of Matthew than in some of the other gospels. You get to dive into them a little bit more deeply. And I think that there's one in particular I think it's in Matthew chapter 12, where he talks about, God will provide for the birds. Don't be anxious, because God provides for the birds and the trees. If he provides for all the animals of the earth, he will provide for you too, right? I struggle with my anxiety, and I struggle sometimes with feeling like God's forgotten me, but the book of Matthew teaches us that he has not, and that he's right there for us all the time. He loves us, and he's always providing for us. And that's one of my favorite lessons from the book of Matthew. And then we have the Psalms, the first 18 Psalms. Now, the Psalms were written by David. They are just such a beautiful, poetic kind of story. They're literally like songs, and they